Hello, my name is Joshua, and today I'll be talking about my project that is based on leveling the playing field of gender equality. Our project course is based on gender inequality, and my team is 40 plus 40 equals 80. So let's begin. I'll begin by explaining the causes of gender inequality. As sexual harassment, sexual violence, and physical violence are the top 3 problems women actually face around the world, and not actually only in Malaysia. As Malaysia have bigger problems than the rest of the world when it comes to balancing the work and carrying responsibilities of gender stereotypes. In addition, patriarchal attitudes in family law that discriminates against women, discrimination and abuse in the workplace, sexism, harassment, and gender-based violence are among the many issues highlighted by the NGOs in Malaysia pertaining to gender inequality in Malaysia. As the Department of Women, Families and Communities Development, or you can call it as MWFCD, is the governmental agency in charge of implementing the legislative framework that promotes gender inequality, women's equality, and non-discrimination in Malaysia. And in Malaysia, the struggles against gender inequality must continue. Women and girls must and should be encouraged to be included in all future decision-making process and economic strategies, as the government needs to encourage the target women and girls to address the socio-economic effects via the lens of gender in order for women to attain more equality and social protection. In the past case of gender inequality, there have been several of gender inequality that have been experienced within the workforce and is still happening even to this very day itself. Many to list from, but we can talk about a few that have been mentioned from our webinar that we have learned from our NGO speaker itself. This happened recently in 2020 when an employee from a specific company was pregnant and the company had plans to relocate her, as she wasn't feeling safe or fit to transfer in her condition. But still, the head of department, however, insisted her to go, to the point where he forced her and he harassed her and even went to fine line to threaten her that if she doesn't obey and accept the transfer, he would immediately fire her. Sadly, she was fired for being unfit for the relocation, as she was fired for being pregnant, and it was totally unfair for her. So she actually brought him and the company itself to the court for such atrocious discrimination, and in the rights of her, she actually won the claim. Now, I'd like to pass to Zaya to continue in our SDG goals.
Thank you very much, Lord Joshua. Now I'll be moving on to Social Development Goals, otherwise known as SDG. There are a total of 17 different types of SDG goals that we have learned and understood, as each and every SDG goal has their own purpose. But I'll only be focusing on the SDG goals that we have covered for our project. The main goals that we cover from SDG is number 5, gender equality, and number 10, reduced inequalities. As SDG gender equality is based on aiming to achieve all form of discrimination, violence, and any purpose of harmful practices against women and girls. We are focusing on tackling the stereotypes of women being paid less, as well as having the disadvantages in the workplace. Hence our movement leveling the playing field to make a difference. We focus primarily most of our efforts onto Instagram, as more social media attention is on this platform. On Instagram, we have uploaded several posts to keep our audience posted and updated, as the most likes we have gotten was our announcement post showcasing our webinar with our special guest speakers that we were grateful to have. We managed to gain 70 followers in the span of 3 days, including the NGO itself. The average likes on our account was at 9.75 over 8 posts, accounting up to 78 likes in total till this day. We were honored to have not one but 2 different speakers of NGOs that we were honored to have on our webinar. The NGO we have consulted with is Ms. Sabrina, who is the president and founder of Surata, otherwise known as Society for Equality, Respect and Trust for All, as well as Puan Tahira, who is the founder of Nasara Consult. We firstly had the opportunity to listen to a short talk by Ms. Tahira, where she explained deeply on how exactly women are being discriminated in the workplaces. And we also got to listen to 5 different court cases that happened right here in Malaysia. We also had a panel discussion with both of our speakers and a moderator from outside to actively engage with the speakers on questions that the audience asked and questions that we have also prepared pre-hand. We were very thankful and grateful for both speakers to take the time out of their busy schedules and to educate us on gender inequality. For our promotional visuals, my chief designer and social media strategist worked closely together to create eye-catching visuals for the audience. Here's the team logo and posters created by our team. The logo was inspired by the symbol of gender equality together with our team name. The logo was also used as the profile picture of our social media accounts. In addition, the poster had included a few main points of the webinar. For example, the speakers, the date and time, and also the QR code for the webinar session itself. The poster has also been posted on our social media accounts to promote the event. Every day, we would update our Instagram to keep our audience up with our latest announcements, and even posted counting days to the event to keep them excited. Lastly, let's get to know our wonderful team. First, we have myself, Zayed, project leader of 40 plus 40 equals 80. Next, we have La Joshua, assistant project manager. Ayman Shu, our digital marketing strategist. Yap and Sivinder, our chief designers. Ravjit and Brian, our research managers. And last but not least, Fauzia, our PR and communications manager. Thank you so much for coming and listening to our presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it.